Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. We're going over the top needs for each team in NFL. This is Pro Football Focus website. Usually PFF, they I always keep them like in limbo. Sometimes they have something good, sometimes they have something bad. Like that list they made about the coaches, the top coaches, they have Mike Tomlin like way at the bottom. I'm like, come on man, really? Like that. And then sometimes they have some good stuff, like they have good stuff here and there, like that. But overall, if I had to give them a grade on a scale of 1 to 10 and some of their rankings and some of their stuff, I give them a 7. I give them a 7 because they do have most of the good stuff, but sometimes they be doing some crazy stuff. You be like, what? How did that person above that person like that? They kind of like play a little. It's like favoritism, especially to the Patriots. They love the Patriots. They love Tom Brady and the Patriots. I think Tom Brady didn't play for the Patriots the past 2 years. Past 3 years, they love Tom Brady and the Patriots on PFF. But we looking at their list of some of the top, what they think the top team needs, and I'm gonna go what I think the top team needs is too. So we're gonna go through the article, and yeah. So hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get started with the first team, which is I can actually look for here actually. The Arizona Cardinals. They said pass rush. Yeah, they did lose J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt retired and had an amazing career. He's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, first team All-Pro. I think like 4 or 5 times, and just an amazing player. All decades team. He's elite. He's elite level. He's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Gonna be him and Tom Brady headlining that Hall of Fame. That should be very good. But yeah, they do need some pass rushers there. They also They might need some O-linemen there too, I think. They need some pass rusher. They need a pass rusher and some O-linemen as well. I know Kyler Murray going to be out for majority of that season because he tore his ACL later in the year, so he might be out. They might just sit him out the whole season, really, just to play it safe, unless the team is like in some type of playoff contention need or something. I don't know, but most likely they probably just sit him out the entire time. So they might have a bridge quarterback in there, and you can like do some new things and see how things work out. You get a new coach in there, a new system, and see if things like pan out well and stuff. So yeah. They said Atlanta Falcons need everything. That's funny. Okay, Atlanta Falcons, I don't think they do. They could use some more help at a lot of different places. O-line, of course. Quarterback Desmond Ridder did look pretty good. Past couple games he played. I know Marcus Mariota got cut from the Falcons. I like Marcus Mariota. He's a good leader and stuff. It just didn't work out too well there like that. But he did keep him in some games like that. You look at some of those games, you watch it, just not look at the stats. He did keep him in some of those games. But they could use probably another quarterback, maybe add it to there. Because if you don't think Desmond Ridder's the full guy, I think he's gonna be good. But if the team don't think he's maybe be good, you can add another quarterback there. You can add a running back there, maybe 2 as well. Quarter passing getting a little older, so add a running back there, a receiver too. I know I got Drake London, and that's one person I can really name. Drake London. You can add another receiver there as well. Kyle Pitts, he had a down year last year. I don't know what happened, but maybe can add another tight end. He has some dual threat tight end depth. You can add a lot of pieces. Pass rusher too as well. Linebackers, especially linebackers. Corner as well. So yeah, the Falcons got to add some pieces, but the division is still open though. Look at the NFC South. The Panthers are still kind of rebuilding like phase like that. I thought they had a quarterback and a few other pieces away from being a contending team. You look at the Buccaneers, they're on the down because Brady's gone. A lot of the players' contract going up. Levante David might be gone, and a lot of other guys too as well. And then you look at the Saints. The Saints don't have a quarterback. They have a lot of talent on offense. Chris Olave and all these receivers and all these weapons. Alvin Kamara and stuff. Taysom Hill, but they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a bona fide starting quarterback. Andy Dalton showed some stuff last year, but the NFC South is still wide open. So the Falcons really, you add a few pieces in the mix in the draft, you may be right back up there and competing for a spot. Because you really was one game from losing. I think the Bucks had to lose to the Panthers, and the Falcons win. They have an opportunity to try to win the division. So you really was down to the wire, really down to the wire to win the division. Even though the division wasn't really competitive like that, but you still had an opportunity and a chance. So it's still open. So they add a few pieces in the draft. You never know what can happen. Okay, the Ravens, yeah, wide receiver will be the best bet. It might be quarterback as well. If you can't find a way to get Lamar Jackson signed to a big contract or signed to a contract long term, then it might be quarterback as well. But Rashad Bateman, he did play pretty well early on in the year. His first game of the season, he played amazing. I forgot to start my fantasy team. He had like he had a 68-yard touchdown or something like that. But he got injured. I think he tore his ACL. He had some type of he tore something in his knee, I think. And he was out for the rest of the year. I know Mike Duvernay, he got some speed to him. He had a punt return, I believe so. He ran back and had some big time plays like down the field using that speed and stuff. But they do need another receiver. They need a receiver who can go out there, a physical receiver. I feel like a guy who can go out there and just dominate. Remember they had Steve Smith in the later part of his career. he made some big time plays. When he had Anquan Bolden, like that. Anquan Bolden made some big time plays. They really haven't had no guy at those type of levels in a while like that. I know they had Mike Wallace 1 year, but it was a little later. Down a year, had Mike Wallace. It was the same prime Mike Wallace. So they got to go out there and get a receiver. I know Mark Andrews is a very good player as well, the tight end. But you got to add some receivers to the mix like that. Mix it up a little bit. You can't just rely on the run game too much. Sometimes you got to open some things up like that on the outside. Offensive line for the Bills. Yeah, I can see that offensive line for the Bills. Just add more. Because the team really, they got a lot of guys there like that. But the article said right here that playoff loss to the Cincinnati, you know, the pressure was getting in there to Josh Allen. And Josh Allen just really made a lot of bad decisions as well too. The pressure got to him too, but he made a lot of bad decisions too, trying to force some passes and stuff. But yeah, Carolina Panthers a quarterback. I'm not seeing some articles people saying like who could they get really? They do have Matt Corral there from last year they drafted, but I think Anthony Richardson would be a great addition to the Carolina Panthers. I feel like he's a sleeper pick, and he's my favorite quarterback in the draft. And some people might call me crazy for saying that, but I feel like he's a sleeper pick in a draft like that. I know a lot of guys that were looking at him, but I feel like he's on that level. He could be on that level of a Cam Newton or a Josh Allen. He's got that same type of build. He's 6'4", about 240, and he has a strong arm, has a lot of talent, a lot of athletic ability, and the right system, the right coaching. Like Frank Wright was a very good offensive coordinator. And we see what he did with the Eagles when he was there with Carson Wentz, and with the Colts, he had to deal with some bad hands, but he still kept them very competitive and kept them either in the playoffs or borderline playoffs like that. And he got fired last year. I feel like he shouldn't have got fired, but he got a new job now, and the Panthers got good defense, and they got a good running game going too as well. You had a quarterback, that's quarterback best friends right there. Running game and a defense like that, and you have DJ Moore on the outside. I feel like the right coach, like Frank Wright, can groom him to being a nice quarterback, a good quarterback, and he'd be very good in that system. So hopefully they can get him. Chicago Bears say everything. Yeah, I say the main two things is I wouldn't say quarterback like that, because Justin Fields, we've seen some talent from him like that, and him running around and stuff. But I want to see him throw the ball a lot more. We see him throw the ball a lot in college, but he kind of switched. He kind of like. And in college, he was throwing the ball. He didn't really run. He was running, so he could still run, but he was running like this. And then he got to the NFL, he became like the complete opposite, just using his legs and athletic ability a lot more. But he do need some more receivers. He needs some more receivers. I like Mooney and Chase Claypool, the former Steeler. He has his moments sometimes, but and they can run the ball pretty good. Occasionally, you got Khalil Herbert back there, of course, and David Montgomery being the starter and stuff, and Cole Kmet, the tight end, he's pretty good too. But they do need to add some like more O-linemen. Can't say the word, more O-linemen. And more receivers most likely. But Justin Fields do hold the ball too long sometimes. Like you might see like people complain about the O-line, but Justin Fields kind of hold the ball for a long time, and you know that kind of gets you hit as well. Sometimes you gotta know when to throw the ball away, or like just find a check down or something, or just take off running right away if you don't see anything. But yeah, the Bears do need a lot. They rebuilding state. I said Bengals offensive tackle. Yeah, they still been trying to build that offensive spot. The Bengals and the Browns. Same. I said defensive, interior defensive lineman. Okay, yeah. Cowboys receiver too. Yeah, the Cowboys do need a second receiver. I still don't know why they traded away Amari Cooper. They traded him away for really nothing, really. I think it was like a fourth or fifth round pick or something. Jerry Jones traded him away. I don't know what Jerry Jones was doing. The Eagle got involved, all that Eagle-ness and stuff like that. But yeah, see, Lamb played well. He played well, but Michael Gallup was injured and banged up and never got back to the level they thought he was gonna be. And you lost Amari Cooper and you lost Cedric Wilson that year too. So you like lost two of those guys you thought were gonna be like, hey, these gonna be the guys right here. But I think if they go out there and they can maybe sign a guy who's on the market. Now I know it's based off the draft. They're saying like the draft needs, and it's kind of like draft and free agency needs, like kind of a little bit too. But a receiver that's on the market for the Cardinals, he played in Houston before. He'd be back in Texas. DeAndre Hopkins would be perfect. That type of offense and that type of style the Cowboys try to run and stuff. So he'd be nice over there. So I feel like they should try to go out there. But it'd be receiver 1A and 1B. Like that won't be receiver 2. It'd be very nice to have a CeeDee Lamb, you have DeAndre Hopkins out there, and you see how things go. But they do need to find another receiver. They did have that rookie guy that they drafted. He didn't really play this year. So maybe he has something left. He has something in the tank to do something. T.Y. Hilton, I don't know if he's going to sign back with them. I know he's signed for a 1-year deal. I don't know if he's coming back next year, but he made some plays for them here and there. But they do need to go out there and add another receiver. They had James Washington. They thought James Washington was going to be the guy there as well. The injuries got to him. So, yeah, they got to add another receiver. Either in the draft, most likely probably in the draft, but if they can go out there and trade for somebody, that'd be cool too. Broncos, interior defensive lineman. Yeah, I don't really had to say with the Broncos. Really, the Broncos' problem last year wasn't really defense at all. I guess they added more just for depth purposes, but really their problem last year was just it really was just the offense couldn't do anything. Okay, let's see. Cornerback for the Lions. Yeah, I can see that. Lions do need the cornerbacks and need another linebacker as well, too. The defense did allow a lot of things to happen last year. Because most of the games, you lost to watch some of the games, the Lions are putting some big numbers and they'll lose because the defense allowed too much that they couldn't stop anybody. Packers, the tight end, Robert Tonyan's there, but he's been banged up. So I guess they add another tight end there too. In the mix, I guess. Houston Texans quarterback, yes. Davis Mills. I had a likeness for Davis Mills because he played with a lot of heart. And he make like sometimes you see him be like, there you go, that's look pretty good. He look pretty good right there. And then sometimes you see him be like, yep, nah. So like he's kind of like up and down, but most likely people think that they're probably gonna most likely draft Bryce Young. Bryce Young goes to that system. Whew, good luck, Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young will do well there, but just the organization itself, like it's just like they don't know how to structurally build around their franchise players like that. We've seen what happened before. They let Bill O'Brien destroy the whole organization, gave him too much power, way too much power. He destroyed everything. So Bryce Young going there. Hopefully it goes well and stuff like that. But yeah, the Texans are in super rebuild mode. Indianapolis Colts quarterback. Yeah, that's really what happened. That's how Frank Wright got fired. Everything else was good like that. Yeah, Phillip Rivers 1 year, he had different quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers, he had Carson Wentz, then he had Matt Ryan. So all different guys like that, and it just didn't work out like that. So they need to find a quarterback in the draft a guy and say, hey, we're gonna put our trust in this guy. Maybe trade up and get one of those type of guys, Levi's or Andrew Richardson or C.J. Stroud. You know, Bryce Young might be probably gone already, but do something to get one of those guys like that. You might trade up and get one of those top guys because they need a quarterback for sure. Jacksonville said the secondary, so basically, cornerbacks and safeties and stuff. Kansas City edge rusher. Yeah, Kansas City could, I guess they add another extra depth. Frank Clark was there playing well in the playoffs. He was playing amazing in the playoffs like that. In the season, he's doing stuff here and there, but in the playoffs he went crazy like that. So I guess the Chiefs just add more on to their championship team. The Raiders, yeah, they just lost Derek Carr. He got released, so they need a quarterback most likely. I don't think they're gonna trade for a guy like that. Maybe see if a blockbuster trade, or they maybe just draft a guy, get him to the system, and just try to build around him. Los Angeles, they say interior defensive lineman. Okay. Hopefully Bosa can stay healthy too. Los Angeles Rams, offensive lineman. Yes, Matthew Stafford got hit a lot last year. A lot of times last year he was getting messed up. Listen, in the season opener, he got sacked 7 times. I remember he got injured. He missed like the rest of the season. About week 7 or something, week 6, 7 or around that 8ish, like around that time like that. And they had a lot of injuries last year for the Rams. So yeah, offensive lineman is a big need so he can run that football like that. And Cam Akers, they was thinking about trading him at first, but he played better later in that year. Like this, so maybe they keep him around and maybe draft another running back and just go in that approach of like having that run game with you, and then because you don't have to get your quarterback and your receiver on Cooper Kupp getting banged up or all those passing plays. Miami Dolphins, offensive lineman, yes, they're taking Tua. And Tua, I guess the Dolphins gonna pick Tua 5th-year option. They most likely pick it up and probably, well, I think they pick it up like that. Tua looked good, like when he was unhealthy. He looked good. He was going out there and playing and helping to win. It just the concussions got to him. A lot of concussions, especially at this young age like that. And he was. It was just too much like that. So offensive lineman would be a big need for them like that to protect the quarterback. He's already an undersized quarterback in size and stuff, so you don't need him to take all them hits and things and stuff. Defensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, the Minnesota Vikings defense was not that good last year like that. So they could definitely use some of that stuff like that. Stop the run, especially. New England Patriots wide receiver. They've been trying to find a wide receiver for the past 3-4 years. Maybe longer than that, really, because the last good receiver they had was very good. Well, Jacoby Myers is pretty good. He had like 900-something yards like that. He's pretty good, but they need another guy. They need another guy out there because N'Keal Harry supposed to be the guy. Remember he made a few catches like that, and then he was injured, mostly injured a lot. They traded him away to the Bears and stuff. So yeah, the Patriots need to find that elite level receiver. Maybe draft one in the first round and just go out and get the best guy there. New Orleans Saints defensive line. New York Giants interior offensive line. New York Jets quarterback, yes, because Zach Wilson is not the guy. Philadelphia Eagles cornerback depth, yeah, just add on because I feel like they're gonna be back next year. Steelers cornerback, yep. I'm hoping the Steelers, our Steelers draft Christian Gonzalez. I feel like he's the best corner in the draft. I think he's on par. Him and Joey Porter Jr. are the two best corners in the draft. Joey Porter Jr. is a big corner, plays very physical, and you look at the numbers and the stats. You about to say he didn't do too much because they don't throw the ball to the side. There's some games they didn't get the ball over there at all. He was playing so great defense. And like on the receiver, they didn't throw the ball to the side. Like a lot of games like that, they stopped throwing it his way. He had some pass breakups, and he was just making big time plays. Gonzalez, similar thing too. He had that first class speed, can match any receiver with that speed and stuff he got, the arm length and everything, and then the ball punch out ability too. We've seen a lot of plays he made. He just go out there and just punch it out from Oregon. So yeah, I'd take either one of those guys. I think Porter Jr. might be gone, but Christian Gonzalez would be very good to add to the team. Interior defensive lineman for the 49ers. It says Seahawks. Defensive line, Tampa Bay, quarterback. I don't know who they would bring in, but Cal Trask. I forgot Cal Trask is there from Florida. I don't know. I haven't seen him play yet, so I don't know how he looked. Teen Titans. Tennessee Titans, offensive line. Washington Commanders, quarterback, yeah. And that's it. So yeah, that's all we got for this video, guys. You know, let me know down below if you agree with some of the things they said in this article about what the team needs and stuff. But yeah, I feel like the draft right here is very talented draft. In my opinion, the best player in the draft is probably Will Anderson. Will Anderson is relentless. You watch some of his tape, his film. He's an athletic specimen, relentless, and he's going to be a big-time pass rusher. I don't know if the Bears are going to draft him or the Bears are going to trade back in the draft so they can get more picks and add more pieces that they need because the article said they need everything. They do need a little bit of everything. So we'll see what happens, but I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.